What's up everybody, it's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and in this video I'm going to be continuing my level 1 to overpower level 8 playthrough. In this video we are going to be starting True Vault Hunter mode, and to be honest I've been dreading this little sequence for a little bit. This is unfortunate that we just kind of have to wait through this whole first sequence again, and we can't really do too much right now. So since we can't really do too much, I figured I'd go ahead and do a little recap of what happened in the first 13 or so episodes of the series, where we played through normal mode. To start, we obviously started with the Jacob's sniper rifle that the game gives you if you have the special edition of the game. And so that was kind of good for us to start out. It wasn't a great sniper rifle, obviously, but we used it for a little while. And we got some better gear as we progressed through. We're trying to play, obviously, primarily as Sniper Zero, but in the very beginning of the game, I wasn't getting too many snipers, and obviously sniper ammo drop was few and far between. We didn't have many SDUs either. So we used a shotgun, I believe, for a very brief period as an auxiliary weapon. But since then, we've been going with all sniper rifles. And one of the first good sniper rifles we found was at around level 15, where I ventured into the Marcus Mercenary DLC with the intention of fighting Sir Tender Snowflake, the Snowman. However, in the quest to unlock him, I actually came across a chest that gave us a pretty sweet Jacob sniper rifle. And we used that for a little while, and then we farmed the Tender Snowflake for some good auxiliary gear like shields and class mods, grenades, and such. And so that was pretty cool for us. And then we eventually unlocked Gettle, and we used Gettle to get us a corrosive Lyuda, which allowed me to cruise through. Ooh, that could have been bad if I killed myself on that little flaming barrel. Which allowed us to get through the bunker sequence and the Angel's Core sequence, and then we farmed through Gettle and Mobley some more for a non-elemental Lyuda and an upgraded corrosive Lyuda, which took us to the very end of the game. And so now we're here, and the very last thing I did was grab a level 30 slag Pimpernel with a Malawan grip before finishing the normal mode, I guess, and starting this True Vault Hunter mode. Obviously, the goal of this playthrough is, or this series, I guess, is to make it all the way to overpower level 8 from level 1 without using Gibbed. And so we're working through. Unfortunately, we're back here, and we're at the very start here again. Theoretically, we could just slag Knuckle Dragger and then kill him very quickly with the Fire Pimpernel, or the Fire Lyuda, excuse me. But even though we know he's coming, we can't do that. If we save quit, or not save quit, if we go into the pause menu there, it shows us our shield and ammo stash and such. But it's annoying that we can't just kill Knuckle Dragger right now. See, I was in Deception. I could see where he was going to come. I probably could have shot him in the head before he ever stole Claptrap. And so that could be one interesting thing that could allow you to progress through the game a little bit quicker on True or Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. Obviously, on Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, they let you skip this. But if they let you just kill him here in True Vault Hunter mode, perhaps you could skip this whole little sequence with Claptrap's eye and just kind of rush forward to Liarsburg. That's one way that they might be able to speed up the beginning of the game here, make it a little bit more dynamic. Another way I was thinking that they could do that, which would be pretty cool, because obviously I'm not a fan of this very beginning section of the game. Another thing I thought that they could do is offer a shotgun start to the game. Allow the player to start at level 30 and start at True Vault Hunter mode. Obviously, Borderlands does difficulty in a little bit of a strange way. They don't give you easy, normal, hard mode from the main menu. They make you start a character at level 1 in normal mode, and then once you progress all the way through the storyline, reach level 30, then you unlock True Vault Hunter mode. And then, eventually, you'll get to Ultimate Vault Hunter mode at around level 50. Speaking of that, we are level 34 right now, and we don't want to go too much higher over level 50. We'll get back to that in a minute. But one thing that I thought they could do that would make it a little bit more interesting is to give the player the option to start at level 30. Give them however many skill points you would have at level 30 for their spending. And then on the train that apparently brings the Vault Hunter here, they could have X amount of chests, right? And some chests would only give shields, others would only give grenades, a few would only give weapons, but in this way we could meter the amount of class mods, relics, grenades, shields, and weapons that the player would get, so that hopefully they'd get 2 of each, like supporting gear, you know, the shield, class mod, relic, and grenade, and then maybe 6 to 8 weapons to start at True Vault Hunter mode. And I think that would be very cool. So then the player could choose whether they wanted to start at normal mode or if they wanted to start in True Vault Hunter mode. And that would be pretty cool, and it wouldn't totally obsolete normal mode because obviously the gear that you would probably get when you rolled your random gear from those chests wouldn't be as good as the gear that I'm actually starting at True Vault Hunter mode with here. You know, you're not going to end up with 3 legendaries from 8 to 10 chests. You could possibly end up with 1 or 2 purples, and that's something they could do, is make it so that you get a maximum of 2 purple items, or you could get 1 purple and 1 legendary item like 10% of the time. But primarily you'd be getting blue or green items probably from the train to start the game at level 30. And so you could just keep re-rolling, obviously, until you got a setup that you randomly found favorable. But if, you know, you just got X random gear to start the game and travel through it until you get stuff that better fit your playstyle that you desire, after that, then that'd be cool too. But obviously the player would have the option to re-roll. It's not as if you got stuck with 10 bad items that you couldn't, you know, just start a new game at level 30. You're not locked into it, obviously. And so I think that would be pretty cool, and it would definitely give the more experienced player a better opportunity, or a more enjoyable way at least, to start the game. I think that would be pretty fun. We'll pull Claptrap out of the snow here, and then we'll proceed forward. So, yeah, got another iridium piece there. I'm trying to get to 100 iridium right now to unlock the last sniper SDU. We almost have that one maxed, and so that's pretty cool. Claptrap's coming down, and that'll be good. So another thing I was thinking that they could do that might make the beginning of the game a little bit more interesting or dynamic is to have a different way for the player to be introduced to the world of Pandora. Obviously, Jack kind of drags you in here, and it's a ruse, it's a trick. They're trying to kill you on that train and such. But maybe if someone in the Crimson Raiders or even Angel had contacted the Vault Hunters, the playable Vault Hunters, beforehand and alerted them that Jack was trying to hurt them in some way, perhaps then they would go to Pandora, not through Jack's trick, but, you know, because they want to kill Jack already, just because they heard that he sees them as a threat, and that's something that they want to do. Oh, wow, we got a Hornet. That's cool. But yeah, that would be kind of neat. We could do that instead of, you know, how it is currently. I think that would be pretty cool. So let's find Claptrap's eye, and he should go ahead and walk up there and eventually try to open that door. We'll pick up our Hornet. It's a level 33 Hornet. It's not as good as our Corrosive Lyuda, so we're not going to be using it much, or we're not going to use it at all, if I'm completely honest. But it's cool to have it, so we'll move forward. Here, we're about to get our first introduction to Angel having control over Hyperion technology. And then she says something that's kind of like a red herring, a piece of bad information. She goes and says, benefits of being an artificial intelligence, and that's kind of a misdirection there, some falsehoods. You know that she's a siren. You've already been through the game once. And obviously, if they're going to do multiple playthroughs of the game, there are things that are going to happen like that. In Borderlands, the pre-sequel, they tried to change the narration a little bit and change some stuff to make it a little bit more dynamic, you know, different as you play through the multiple playthroughs, have them at least a little bit varied. Borderlands 2 doesn't really make that same effort. Obviously, in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, they let you start on the other side of this door, but it's not ideal still, you know what I mean? Even after we get past this little Hyperion barge, we still have a lot of Claptrap handcuffing to come. And so, perhaps if the Vault Hunter was to come to Pandora in a different way, you know, they could approach Sanctuary in a different way, and then the game would be pretty much the same after you reach Sanctuary. But it could perhaps be a little bit different at the very start, and I think that would be pretty cool. And it would make one of my biggest complaints with the game severely mitigated, obviously, because if they make the start of the game a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit more quickly paced, you know, I feel it's more welcoming for a wider variety of players, especially if they keep the option to start the game in, you know, their conventional ways as they have it now. Obviously, this is not coming for Borderlands 2. This is way past Borderlands 2's update life cycle. But it could be something that they could improve upon in future installations of the game. And I think that would be really damn cool. I think that is something that they could definitely benefit from in a great way. And like I said, I knew some people who lost interest in the game very early because the beginning of the game is so tedious, so time-consuming, so boring. But not everybody thought that, and so that's not a reason to abolish, perhaps, what is currently available, but it could be an opportunity to add to it, to amend it. And that's what I would recommend that they do, you know, if they were consulting me. Obviously, they're not, but hopefully I'm not the only one that thinks that, and hopefully I'm not the only one providing that support. So, or not support, but feedback, I guess. So, I don't know. Obviously, killing these dudes right now is fruitless. They're all going to respawn once Hammerlock's dialogue is done. But I do want to kill a few of them just the same, because it's fun. Let's get some health back, though, yeah? Alright, so now those transfusion trails are coming to us, and we're a little bit safer. That's good. Oh my gosh, we gotta kill this guy. Okay, so that was a little bit dangerous there with his shock damage over time gun. That guy had a corrosive damage over time gun. So does this guy, in fact. We'll kill them, though. Okay, so now we have a few stacks of critical ascension. That's kind of cool. This is definitely a lot more fun this second time through, because now we have some skill points and stuff. Now it's a little bit more dynamic. It's a little bit more fun. There's a little bit more to worry about. You know, we got our action skill. Hell, I think the first time through this, you don't even have your action skill. So, obviously, it's going to be more fun the second time. I have an entire skill tree capped out now, obviously. So, that's cool, you know. And I, you know, was able to focus on stacking some critical ascension there. I had a transfusion grenade to make things a little bit safer for me. Everything, you know, was pretty good there. But the first time through, it's obviously very tedious, which is why I would much prefer them to add some superior options, you know, to make things a little bit better. Another thing that I think is kind of weird is that they obviously increase the elemental bonuses, you know, fire versus flesh, shock versus shield, corrosive versus armor, etc. Whoa, badass rack there, right? I don't like that some of the rack actually happen to just immediately healthgate you. I don't understand that. Anywho, but non-elemental doesn't get an increase as you go up in difficulties. And so when you're low level, you know, when you're in normal mode, Jacob's sniper rifles are pretty much the best sniper rifles in comparison to others, because they have the extra critical hit damage and the higher base damage usually. And beyond that, the elemental bonuses are a lot smaller, so Maliwan doesn't get that leg up on Jacob's. And really, in single shot damage, Jacobs should probably deal the most damage, but there's obviously no non-elemental Bone of the Ancients, and I think there should be both a non-elemental and explosive Bone of the Ancients and stuff. And then the elemental bonus is a lot higher at True and Ultimate Vault Hunter mode than it is in normal mode, and so that just all kind of contributes to non-elemental being a little bit relatively underpowered in comparison to how it compared to contemporary weapons in normal mode. So I think one thing that they could do to improve non-elemental weaponry in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode is just to give it a slightly higher critical hit damage. Not a ton, but obviously on body shots, it doesn't help at all. And so it's a little skill-based boost, and it might provide some more incentive to use non-elemental versions of guns. Obviously, Jacob's weapons are always non-elemental, and so they're going to be good to use all the time, but it would be awesome if they gained a little bit of boost, but also other companies' non-elemental weapons really get quite looked over. Right now I have a non-elemental Lyuda, which I'm, you know, pretty happy with and everything, but at overpower level 8, I almost never use a non-elemental Lyuda. In fact, I almost never use a non-elemental version of a gun for which an elemental version exists, because it's just simply not efficient. And it would be nice if they would provide some sort of bonus for the non-elemental weaponry. There's no character who really excels with non-elemental weaponry either. Obviously, Axton has a skill that boosts it, but you kind of have to make a whole build around it. You can't pick it up on your way to other good stuff and everything. So it's not ideal. They could definitely improve non-elemental weaponry a little bit. That's not to say that non-elemental weaponry is bad, though. Obviously, a Muck is still a great sniper rifle, even at overpower level 8. So is a Skull Masher, and the Quad's a great shotgun. The Rustler's Orphan Maker is a great shotgun, and there are other great examples of non-elemental weaponry as well. But for the most part, if the weapon exists in Elemental, it's better in Elemental, and there should at least be some advantages to the non-elemental version in my mind. other than the fact that it gets, you know, fairly consistent damage across all enemy types. That's not enough. Okay. So we'll kill these guys. It might be foolish to do that because obviously Claptrap's not down here yet. He's Vanna Whiting that little telescope up there. But eventually we'll get the defend me, Squire words, and at that point in time, that's when these guys will actually, you know, count, when we can actually kill them. Alright, so now we've killed them. Perfect. Getting back to what level we are and stuff. We are level 34 right now, quickly approaching level 35. And we don't want to get much above level 50 before completing True Vault Hunter mode, because Ultimate Vault Hunter mode doesn't start at level 50 like this starts at level 30. It starts at whatever level you're at. And that's kind of a byproduct, I assume, of their ability to reset Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, which I very much appreciate. That was definitely a very beneficial addition to the game in my mind. Something that definitely mattered quite a bit for me personally, and I like that. That's a good thing. Anywho, obviously because of that though, we don't want to enter and fight level 55 enemies with level 48 guns or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So we want to finish this at around level 50 so that the gear that we get to go into the start of Ultimate Vault Hunter mode isn't severely underleveled. And so as a result, I don't expect to spend much time farming bosses for experience. Instead, I mean, really, I might only want to kill Gettle if I decide to farm Gettle and Mobley so that I don't acquire too much experience. That would be a little bit weird, but it could be something that we could do, obviously. And like, I don't expect to spend time at the constructor before Bunker like we did in normal mode. I don't expect to farm Bunker. I don't expect really to do too much farming other than a Lyuda, and we should, you know, progress fairly easily through most of these story missions and such. One thing that we might farm a little bit for is a better shield and grenade and stuff. The class mod we have right now I'm pretty stoked about, really. It adds pretty good passive boost to sniper rifle base damage and sniper rifle critical hit damage, but I believe it also adds 3 points to headshot and another 2 points to one shot, one kill. Let me check on that really quickly. 4 to headshot and 3 to one shot, one kill. So that is really damn good, actually. This guy is no challenge for critical ascension, obviously, and this little fellow won't be either. So that's good. And now that we have 10 stacks of critical ascension, this guy's just going to die as well. So all of those guys are pretty easy. We did get a a bonus package here. So it's a homing bonus package. The gub we got was a floated goat. I believe that's magazine size. I'm not entirely certain. Looks like that has a Hyperion grip. And then homing bonus package. Yeah, I'm not going to be using that. That's a great way to kill yourself. So let's go talk to Claptrap here. He'll progress further towards this gate. And then we can, you know, wait for him to tell us to get in this little cannon and fire at the dudes. Alright, so I'm not sure whether it's a better idea just to shoot everything that comes through with this, or if we should hop out and use our guns. I'm not entirely certain. I mean, this is killing dudes, so I guess that's good. The fire rate on it's abysmally slow, but everything's kind of getting rocketed about, so I guess that's a good thing. It takes forever to turn over to this guy. Are we invincible in this thing? Is that going on? I don't entirely know. This is weird. We'll kill all these dudes, though. Why not? Alright, so that guy's way over there. He's going to get special treatment. There we go. And then I guess there's one more enemy over here. We'll kill it as well. Both scavengers, huh? So I believe that's an enemy that doesn't spawn in normal mode, and it only spawns in True Vault Hunter mode and up. I could be wrong on that, but at least that's what I believe. Got a Jacob sniper rifle there, which is good because that provides, obviously, more ammo for us, which we need because there's some things running at us right now that I didn't expect. We have a significant amount of critical ascension now, so we should be one-shotting everything without a shield, but, you know, interesting to note nonetheless. Okay, so I don't know if any more dudes are going to spawn, but you know, oh well. So, we're on our way up to Captain Flynt. Speaking of enemies that don't spawn in normal mode, there is a ironclad lunatic over there, which we are going to fight very, very shortly. But first, I'm going to take out these rack, because I don't want them bumping into me and taking my health down all inexplicably. Okay, so we've killed all of these dudes. Let's try to find some ammo over here. I'll wait for that barrel to get done doing its corrosive nonsense. Okay. So just any amount more ammo to have would be great. Obviously, there is an ammo vendor right before Captain Flynt, so if we make it there, we're good on ammo, but it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of ammo to enter this area, I guess. Well, yeah, so now we got 60 rounds. Not terrible, but not great. Now, this is a much higher capacity absorbed shield than we have. It's a much lower chance, though. However, the recharge rate is much higher, and the recharge delay is only slightly longer. I'll switch to it just because the extra capacity shield-wise, I think, will be quite invaluable, especially for warding off damage over time. Okay, so let's throw that there. That should blow some things up and also create some transfusion trails right away. So that'll be good. Killer bonus and a couple stacks of critical ascension make that guy a little bit easier to kill, and so that's good. Alright. So now we've leveled up, which honestly, not a great thing, you know, like I was talking about, but we'll put that point in fast hands once we clear out all these dudes. Obviously, I don't want to enter a menu quite yet because then all of my critical ascension depletes, which isn't exactly ideal, and so you know, we'll try to avoid that. There we go. So I still have some critical ascension. Might as well see if I can carry it to the next enemy. Okay. One shot, one kill, plus killer, plus critical ascension took that guy out. Whoa. Obviously, do keep in mind that on those ironclad enemies, they do take fire damage in the head. I think that's a pretty dynamic and creative little way to do that there, and I definitely think that they did well with that. It's kind of like buzzards, I believe. If you shoot buzzards in the cockpit, they do take fire damage, you know, and get the fire damage bonus and stuff if you hit that pilot, especially in the head. However, the buzzard overall is still weak to corrosive because the buzzard is armored, and I think that is pretty well done. That's one thing that I thought was kind of cool when I learned that. Huh. So I've never really done too much exploring of this stuff over here, but it's kind of interesting to me, I guess, so I'm going to look at it here. Okay. Whoa. So I want that guy to provide some healing as well, so, you know, we'll get those trails now. So yeah, there's one ammo box there. There's a little chest thing here. I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I'm kind of wasting time. I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I had never been over here. You know, as many times as I've played the game, I've never really explored this section, so cool. Now I know what it is. Shield there. I'm a little bit low on grenades. I've been using more transfusions than I would truly have liked to use, but, you know, sometimes the game calls for it. We'll open this here. SMG ammo is entirely unneeded, but, you know, whatever. Perhaps I should be slagging these badasses or badass that is about to appear. We'll definitely do that. Alright. There's the enemy I care about, so pull out the big gun here, and we'll eliminate him and all of these guys as well. So that's cool. Survivor class mod, don't really need it. Don't really need any of that. We'll go ahead and get rid of that gub and the rest of this crap. I'll keep that just for kicks and giggles. I'll sell that, and I'll sell those. Okay, cool. A little bit low on ammo, but well, we should be okay. I picked that up just to sell it, I guess. I think ammo will be more expensive in True Vault Hunter mode, and so we want to be a little bit proactive about trying to collect money, I guess. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've played true Vault Hunter mode. Alright. So let's just pick all these dudes off from afar. You know, just because. That guy's glitching out. It makes me think he's moving, but he's not moving. He's not alive. Okay. Perfect. So now we've dealt with all of these guys. I can't apparently jump that snow cliff, though, so that's a shame. I wanted to go up that way. I probably could have figured it out, but I became impatient. Okay. There will be 3 dudes kind of harassing Claptrap over here. We can kill them. Definitely aim at the gun one first, or the gun ones first, because that makes a difference. The fighting one, it's less than effective, so that's cool. Okay, Claptrap will proceed forward here. We have a little bit of critical ascension, so I want to find one of these dudes up here and kind of keep it going if I can. Alright, so Claptrap's going to come up here, and that'll be good, because eventually these kills will start to count for something. Come on, Claptrap, you dick. That's just terrible game design there that I have to run back and get him. Okay. Gaining critical ascension and killer bonus, I mean, it's an effective way to kill enemies, is to kill an enemy that you know you can kill in one shot, or a quick 2 shots or something, and then use the killer bonus to take out a tougher enemy. That's just one way you can do it. Anywho, we're doing okay. We're a little bit low on ammo, and because we're a little bit low on ammo, I'm going to try to be sneaky about this and get up to the ammo machine a little bit quicker than we otherwise might. So I'm going to jump here, oops, jump here. Come on, Luke. Jump here. All right, perfect. All right, and then we jump to this, and now we just have to jump on the train, or the chain, and then avoid getting hit by grenades or something as we pull this lever. Cool. All right, so that guy is the one I want to kill. He has the shock weapon. The rest of these guys I can pretty much leave behind because now it's Captain Flynt time. Okay. So we've killed enough of them. I showed that area a little bit more in depth in the first playthrough. So if you want to see it, you can there. All right. Buying ammo. Non-elemental is going to be what we use against Flynt here, and yeah, it'll be good. All right, so we need to be, you know, a little bit careful here, obviously, but it shouldn't be bad. Our non-elemental Iota should be able to get good critical hits on him. Obviously, his face shield blocks that, but from behind, you know, we should be able to get real good damage on him. We'll definitely want to make sure he's slagged, though, because that should be of utmost importance to us.
I'm so sorry, Captain Flynt, sir. Please don't burn me again.
All right, so these guys, I guess we can just kill them to maybe build up some critical ascension for when Flynt gets closer, because right now Flynt's just going to stand up there and do nothing. All right. I don't know if you need to kill a certain number of dudes to bring him down or what's going on there, but not ideal to have this scavenger there either. He's just going to move around and eat up all of our ammo, so we should try to kill him. Perfect. Alright, so we'll kill that guy like that. Alright, so yeah, that does cause him to jump down once you kill his initial bombardment of dudes. Wow. We did something to him with the slag Pimpernel there. Poor guy. That's just funny. Wow, and it's still just wrecking him. The power of Boar and the Pimpernel, right? Alright, so Captain Flynt's dead. Our legendary run ends, but or legendary streak at least. We did get a level 36 Flint's Tinderbox, though, so that's kind of crazy. Perhaps we're not as over-leveled as I thought. Okay. Claptrap's going to reach this area. I think Flynt jumped on this dude, and then he just got bored to shit. I'm not entirely certain what happened. But this dude is in permanent dick-sucking position now. Poor guy. That's a interesting way to die, to say the least. And got his neck all extended for maximum fellatio pleasure. That's bad news for him. You know, once you die, it's not really a big deal, but I think most people would still be against the raping of their corpse, especially in the mouth orifice. I don't know. It could just be a personal thing. Other people might not fear that, but personally, I wouldn't be a fan of that. Okay, so we're going to get in here. And Claptrap's going to come here. We'll turn this quest in, and then we can embark on our journey towards Sanctuary. Luckily, the dust unlocks very, very early, and, you know, that'll be good for acquiring Pimpernels, or, excuse me, Lyudas, because I saw some level 34 snipers that we already picked up and such. They're green, you know, but that has way more damage than my stuff here, so that's kind of crazy. Yikes, right? But I'm still going to use the Lyudas because I like them better. If there comes a point where I can't use them anymore, I'll stop, but I think we'll be okay.
Sanctuary's off limits. You bloodshots can stay in your hole. I see you.
Alright, now I got a couple hits on those guys. That's good. Eventually, we'll get up here to this bandit camp, and we can get a vehicle. Unfortunately, it's the crappy Light Runner vehicle, and then we will, you know, proceed to Sanctuary and do the couple things that we have to do to get to Sanctuary, I guess. Perfect. Getting our kills, we're doing well. Yeah, I do think I'm happy since I switched to a bigger shield there. Something beneficial, I guess. Reload our weapons. Maybe not necessary, but helpful nonetheless.
This machine will... Damn it.
Alright.
Oh, sorry. Darn it. A man named Scooter controls these particular machines. He may be short a few chromosomes, but he's a savant when it comes to vehicles. He's left the station to prevent...
Alright, so we're killing most of these dudes. You can sneak through here, but you can also just kill through here if you truly want to. And I just decided to kill through. They may respawn some of these dudes, actually, since I killed them a little bit before Angel told me to. That's a weird thing. I feel like you should be able to kill dudes and not have them respawn just because a main character said something. That's a little bit strange to me. But it's not a huge deal. Those guys don't take that much time to kill. We'll grab this, we'll ignore that chest, and we'll move this way. We're going to hear about the pimento taco again. I've thought about that. I guess it does sound good, a pimento taco, but I'm not entirely certain I would make it for myself. And I'm not sure I'd eat it if a crazy redneck had left it in a car that just was constructed out of nothing either. Might not be the most savory piece of food in the world. Okay. We'll come up here. It's necessary. Oh, it's absolutely necessary to get back up on that. It's probably not. We'll get in the car because it's time to get in the car.
Cool. Try requesting another car.
Okay, unfortunately we cannot get the bandit technical, even though we've already unlocked it in the previous playthrough. We have to redo that here. It's part of the storyline. That's a little bit weird.
You'll want to meet the vault hunter who stared down handsome Jack the Gibbed.
As we make it across here, we will begin to approach Sanctuary. I will say that this map is fairly well designed. You know, it's kind of cool. It's massive, and there are a lot of parts to it, and I think that's neat. Okay, hit this save station yonder, and then we'll come over here, and we'll hit this save station, yeah. Push this button in just a moment.
We're only gonna kill every last one of ya.
No, do not enter gunner seat. No. Push the damn button. Well, that's just aggravating. How do I get... Yep. How do I get into the driver's seat? There we go. Okay, I'm backing this up. Hopping out now. And now we'll push the button.
You're never getting into Sanctuary, you bloodshot skaglicks.
Alright.
Hold up. You're a Vault Hunter. Just a sec. Wooly wanted to talk to you. Let me echo it. I don't know what I've been hearing all this radio chatter about.
Alright, so we'll get out of here now.
Vault Hunter like you. Until I pull the Crimson Raiders. We'll catch up when I get back to Sanctuary. For now,
We'll go find Corporal Reese's Echo, and that'll be good. Someone keeps text messaging me. I don't know why.
back to Sanctuary, and you'll have earned your place in the Raiders.
Roland's contacted you? Good.
Alright,
Listen to what he says. He can help us defeat Jack.
so we'll proceed forward now. We've killed a couple of those things. We don't need to kill anymore. And once we get here, then we can go save Corporal Reese, or, you know, at least hear his dying words. We don't get to save him. That's kind of an interesting design choice. You know, they let you know that things are definitely going bad here. You don't show up as a hero who immediately saves people. People are dying in front of you. And that's a theme that continues, obviously, you know, as you proceed through the game. Okay. We will be farming for better transfusion grenades as we work through here. It seems that there are enemies now that can health gate us, even with our bigger shield, so that'll be something to watch out for. Whoa. They gave me some big guys, huh? Or no, the big guy, he glitched out. He's stupid. Okay. Corporal Reese takes a bigger punishment in normal mode, obviously.
Didn't think I rated that much of a rescue.
Or in True Vault Hunter mode than he does in normal mode.
Was the power core.
Alright, so if you go up here, you can save a little bit of time if you do it really quickly. But I didn't do it so great this time. Obviously, I'm taking the wrong route now, too. Anywho, you hop up on this little mound over here, and then you're able to run pretty close to where the Psycho that's going to drop the power core is. And he's going to come out of this door right there. So you can really, you know, avoid some of the other enemies and get to him a lot quicker. However, I'm probably just going to end up killing these dudes.
Sometimes your echo device can't find the precise location of what you're looking for. Search the area marked by the big green circle on your minimap. Your objective is somewhere in that area.
Okay, so there's our power core. I kind of purposely let that enemy get a little bit close to me, but I'm going to kill the rest of these dudes as well. Ah, this guy's killing me. Couldn't hit him for a while. Alright. Just above him here. There we go. Alright, so I think that's as many dudes as I want to kill. I'm not entirely certain. We can keep killing these guys to get that optional objective if we want, but I don't really see a need.
I'm being attacked. I'll see you.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I? I don't know. I'm done. Well, damn it. I see that red dot, and then I want to kill him. Alright. We're gone. I've had enough of those dudes. Damn it. Alright, so now that he's walking straight towards me, we should be able to get it perfect. Okay. That's enough of those dudes. I also figured out my SLI problem with Windows 10. Yeah, it was not Windows 10 issue. It was a Luke Wade issue. I was being an idiot there. Just kind of stupid. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't put the SLI bridge on the right connectors, but that was stupid of me. I assumed it was just a problem with Windows 10. But when I installed Windows 10, I put my new Intel SSD in, the PCI one, and so Obviously, I had to remove the SLI bridge in order to do that between graphics card 1 and graphics card 2. And apparently I didn't put it back on securely, or I put it in the wrong spot or something. I don't know. I ordered one of those vanity EVGA SLI bridges because I'm a nerd, and all of a sudden SLI starts working. Out of curiosity, you know, I did decide to check whether or not the old SLI bridge was capable if something had gone wrong with it. It's fully functional. I just had it positioned wrong, so I'm an idiot. There shouldn't be a need for an SLI bridge. It should be able to do all that shit through the PCI lanes, but whatever. Oh, I was hoping there would be enough dudes to come over here and get the optional objective. Probably shouldn't have fucking killed them before we left here. Made some mistakes. Oh well, it's just an optional objective. We're definitely not driving all the way back over there to get 2 more kills. Okay, so let's hop in here. We'll deliver this power core, and Sanctuary will open up to us. I do believe this will be pretty much the end of this episode, though. So, yeah, that's what we'll look for. Sorry, I was reading a text message there, trying to multitask. I'm an idiot. Yeah, so we'll put this in. I don't know how far I want to go here. I guess we'll go until we, I don't know, talk to people. Just, like, get in and get the Firehawk quest objective, I guess. We're going to have to go meet Scooter and such. We'll do that here at the end of this episode. So now we got to go meet Jessup, the dude at the gate. Hopefully he doesn't do stupid things to us. I want to talk to him, and then I want to get out of his way. Come on now, hit this thing. This guy's such a dick. Poorly programmed. Sometimes he's white, sometimes he's black, sometimes... Yeah, he's a random guy every time. So every time he's a dick. I don't know if there's some sort of role that they sign up for in Sanctuary where they just say, we need the worst damn gate man on the planet, and we need him to go by Jessup. Size, ethnicity, all of that's irrelevant, obviously, you know, due to fair labor laws, which probably exist on Pandora. Just kidding. And, you know, people sign up for that, and then they get to be the shitty gate man. You know, to stop the player from getting to the point where they can control the pace of the game. Luckily, we are almost there, though, and so that's good. We're almost done with this, and I'm pretty stoked on that. Eventually, this guy's gonna get up here and stop doing what he's doing, and that'll be good. Ooh, people want me to go play disc golf. I might do that. Alright, so he's going to tell us what to do here. We're going to have to try to make the city fly again. This seems like another thing that could... I don't know. It's just... There's so many things that they, you know, show you here in the first play... or in a playthrough that make sense to do once, but don't make sense to do over and over again. And so, I don't know. It's a little bit weird to me. Obviously, you have to redo some things, because if you didn't redo anything, the game wouldn't exist, right? But at the same time, some of the things like trying to make the city fly and stuff, you know what's going to happen, so it's just you pressing a button. There's no combat involved with it. It's just needless pressing of a button. Whatever, though. Alright, so we'll open this, and that'll be good. Put that in. Head on over to the second one. Can I just go to this one, or do I actually have to buy something? I actually have to buy... Nope, I can just go to this one. Perfect. So at least they, you know, let you skip that. And they let you skip the trip to Crazy Earl's. That's perfect. Alright, so we'll talk to this dude. And then we'll get the Firehawk thing from the vault, and then we'll be good. Alright, so Sanctuary obviously doesn't fly yet. And now this dude will give us the key.
Well, now we really gotta find Roland. You know what? Maybe get to Roland's place. I think you might.
Come on now.
With a vault hunter on our side, we can't be stopped, man. I got a good feeling about you.
Well, I have a bad feeling about you because you don't give me the damn key quick enough. Okay. Turn yonder in. Go up here and use this.
Right now, you're the only thing standing between
All right, now we're good. We'll go ahead and put that in there since we're not going to use it. And yeah, that's good. Okay, so let's do a quick run through Sanctuary for some vendor farming, and then that will be the end of this. Might as well stock up on ammo and such too. We're looking for superior transfusion grenades, superior shields, you know, just superior items for us. And that will be the end of this episode. So as always, guys, I do thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't yet taken the time to subscribe, please do so. I'd appreciate that as well. Otherwise, you know, we're getting pretty close to the end of the episode here. And if you stuck around for the whole thing, cheers. I definitely appreciate that. That helps me out. Okay, so there's an absorb shield. It's not really better than what we have, though. So, won't worry about that one too much. Oh, god damn it. I forgot that if we came in here, it did this. So now we gotta at least pick up this quest from Marcus, right? Or we'll do this stupid quest from Marcus, just because, I guess. I don't know. We have to do it. Yeah. Because otherwise, the next time we come in here, that cutscene plays again, if I remember correctly, which I am definitely not a fan of. So, let's talk to him. Alright. Damn it, I really didn't want to do this. We'll put that in the non-elemental slot so that we have it when we need it. Because I think we'll need a shock one, and I don't have a shock weapon. Come on, Marcus, you're killing me.
I'll see you in the fire. Fire weapons are extremely effective against flesh. But now, burn that Imperial. This Hyperion fascist thinks he's big bad, Jack Lover. Now what else? Armored turrets.
That's stupid that that thing doesn't have critical spots.
Now let's try out these new flag. Now that he's flagged, he should be easy enough to finish.
Oh my god, Luke.
Switch to another weapon. Great. The weapons work. If you want
Okay, so now we leveled up again. 2 level ups in this episode. Wow. And in the next episode, we'll probably get Ambush, which is something to look forward to, you know, at the very least. Again, guys, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. And one more time, I hope to see you in the next episode. I'm going to go ahead and save quit here, and this will be the end of this. Bye, guys.